Hello students, today we are going to study our next chapter, that is whole numbers. Students, we know that numbers play a very important role in our life. So let's study more about numbers. Students, we know that all the numbers are formed by using only these 10 digits, that are 0 to 9. By using only these 10 digits we can form uncountable numbers. As well as we know that 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, these all are counting numbers, and these counting numbers we call as natural numbers. If these are natural numbers, then what about whole numbers? Students, remember 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to the n, we have natural numbers. We call these are natural numbers. But in these natural numbers, if we included 0, then that natural numbers become whole numbers. So let's study more about whole numbers now. Here we are going to discuss about numbers on a number line. Students, draw here one number line in this way. Okay, here you show one end point and here you show one arrow, as numbers do not have any end point. Okay, but here at the starting we have to show here end point, as we know that before 0 there is no any whole number, but after 0 we have uncountable whole numbers. So here one end point and here you show arrow, and these points should be at equal distance, that you remember. Okay, distance should be equal. We cannot show like this. Okay, here 0, then here 1, 2, then 3, here 4. This much distance, this gap we cannot keep here. Okay, distance should be equal at in between each two numbers, that you remember. Students, one more thing you remember, that numbers which are lying towards left hand side are smaller than the numbers lying towards right hand side. For example, here see, numbers which are lying towards right hand side of these 3 are all greater than that 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, all numbers are greater than 3. But numbers which are lying towards left hand side, see here 2, 1, 0 are smaller. Hence, we should remember that on the number line, which number lying towards right hand side are greater and number which are lying towards left hand side are smaller. Students, now we are going to discuss about operation on a number line. Okay, in that we are going to discuss about addition on a number line. One example I will take, 3 plus 4. How to add that 3 and 4 on a number line, that we are going to discuss here. Okay, so students, remember when you will add any two whole numbers on a number line, start from 0. Okay, so first which number is given? 3. So make 3 jumps towards right hand side by starting from 0. 1, 2, 3. Where we reach at 3, means in 3 we are going to add now 4. So make 4 more jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where we reach? 7. And we know that 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Students, now we'll discuss about subtraction on a number line. One example is given here, 5 minus 4. How to get 5 minus 4 on the number line? See here. See what is the first number? 5. So see here on the number line, make one big jump and start from 0 and make one big jump and you will reach at 5. Directly 5 steps will go ahead. Why? Because from 5 we have to subtract 4. Now what we have to subtract? 4 we have to subtract. So make 4 jumps towards left hand side as we are subtracting. In addition we have to go ahead again and again. But in subtraction we have to come back. Okay. So how many steps we have to come back? 4 steps. From how many steps? 5 steps. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where we reach? At 1. And we know that 5 minus 4 is what? 1. So in this way we can subtract numbers on a number line. Now students, we will study about multiplication on a number line. Here one example is given, that is 2 multiplied by 4. How to multiply 2 with 4? We know that multiplication means what? Repeated addition. Okay, so what we'll do on a number line, how to multiply? See here, 2 we have to multiply with 4. It means what? We will make 4 jumps of 2 units. How many jumps? 4 units of each 2 units. So where we'll reach, we will see that. Okay, start from 0, make one jump of 2, like that. How many jumps we have to make? 4 jumps. One jump of 2 units, second jump, third jump. How many jumps we have to make? 4 jumps. So where we reach? At 8. And we know that 2 4s are what? 8. Students, next we are going to discuss about predecessor and successor. See here, first we'll discuss about predecessor. Okay, predecessor means what? A number before. See here, some examples are given. What is the predecessor of 6? Predecessor of 6 is 5, because we know that a number before is the predecessor. Okay, how to get that in another way? Subtract 1 from 6 to get the predecessor. 6 minus 1, 5. One more example, see. What is the predecessor of 100? 100 is 99. Correct? So therefore predecessor of 100 is 99. See here how to get that. 100 minus 1 is 99. Understood, students? How to get the predecessor? Subtract 1 from the given number to get the predecessor of that particular number. Okay. Now how to get the successor of number? Successor means what? A number after. Okay. One example we can see here. 94. What is the successor of 94? 95. How to get that? Add 1 into 94 to get the successor of that number. So 94 plus 1, it becomes 95. So 95 is the successor of 94. In the same way, in another example you can see here. What is the successor of 77? 78. How we got that? After adding 1 into 77, we got 78. So to get the successor of any number, we have to add 1 into that number, means in that particular number. So we'll get its successor. So remember one thing, that to get the predecessor, subtract 1 from the given number, and to get the successor, add 1 into that number to get its successor. Students, now we'll discuss about properties of whole numbers. Okay, in that first we are going to discuss about properties of addition. In properties of addition, again closure property we are going to discuss. Now closure property says that sum of two whole numbers is always a whole number. According to the closure property is what? Sum of two whole number is always a whole number. How? See, one example we'll take here. 2 is a whole number, plus 7 is a whole number, and 2 plus 7 is what? 9, and 9 is also a whole number. One more example, see here. 100 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number, and again 100 plus 4 is 104. Okay, 104 is also a whole number. It means what? When we add any two whole numbers, we'll get its sum as whole number only. And that is why, according to the closure property of addition, sum of two whole numbers is always a whole number. Therefore, whole numbers are closed under addition. Okay. So, students, next we are going to discuss about commutative property. Okay, commutative property of addition. Now, see here, this property what says? Sum of two whole numbers remains same even when their order is changed. See, here one example, 3 plus 4, and here also I added 3 plus 4 only, but I changed their order. So here I written 3 first, here I written 4 first. Okay. So see here, 3 plus 4 is what? 7 only. And 4 plus 3 is what? 7 only. Means even after changing their order, their sum will never change. Understood? So therefore, what we can say? Addition of whole numbers is commutative. Addition of whole numbers is commutative, as even after changing their order, their sum will never change. Now, let's see next property, that is associative property. In this, what we will discuss? Associative property says that even after changing the groups, sum will not change. Even after changing the groups of the number, their sum will not change. Let's see one example here. See, 2, 3 and 4 we are going to add in two different ways. See here. First, what I am going to do? Here first 2 and 3 I will add, in that 4 I will add. Okay. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4. Okay. And here 2 as it is, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So here 5 plus 4 is 9, and here 2 plus 7 is 9. Means even after changing their groups, here answer remains same. Okay. Therefore, what we can say? The sum of whole numbers is associative. Means addition of whole numbers is associative. Now let's see next property, that is additive identity. Remember students, 0 is the additive identity of whole numbers. Why? Because here sum of any whole number and 0 is always number itself. See here one example. 2 plus 0 is 2, 3 plus 0 is 3, 100 plus 0 is 100. Means when we add 0 into any whole number, we will get answer as number itself. Therefore, what we can say? 0 is the additive identity.